Hi, my name is Yasmin, and I'm gonna attempt to sew this top because I feel like I could do it. I haven't sewed in maybe 15 plus years, but something is telling me that I can make it happen. So we're gonna do that. And also, I have a couple of talking points that I wanted to talk about. The first being, right, do I want a boyfriend or do I actually just want friends? And I think the answer is that I actually just want friends. Like girlfriends, like girlhood. I'm missing it so community. I'm missing it so bad recently. And I I've been in this whole like solo arc of my life. I've been going out a lot alone. I always have, like, to run errands or on my way to school, but I've been going to, like, functions alone, and it's been really fun, and I've been really enjoying it. But every time I'm like, this would be so fun, like, with the little boyfriend or something. And I think I'm just at a point where boyfriends are cool and all, but I think right now I'm cool off boyfriends. I've been more like strict with myself about who I even go on a date with. But I am open to going on dates. I've been going out alone to go look at books, go to the library, go study, I go to whole ass functions on Halloween, parades, cruises, things like that. Like car cruises. And while I'm alone out there, I try not to be like, oh, this would be so good with people. But it would be. It really would be. And at first I was like, oh, this would be so good with a boyfriend. But I've come to realize that I want to work on growing community before having another boyfriend. I miss community. I really do. And I am such a sucker for community. I love clubs. I love joining clubs and being part of like a group of people. Something about that just it gets me. It gets me every time. And like Girl Scouts, I've been thinking about how much Girl Scouts shaped my childhood and provided such good relationships with other girls. And if I ever have a girl, she will be in Girl Scouts 100%. 100%. And yeah, I'm just like on a quest for my whole ass like soul tribe right now. That sounds so cringy, but it's true. It's true. There is nothing more that puts things into perspective, changes the course of my life, and leveling up more than heartbreak. Truly, truly. Because I went through one, like, I don't know, maybe like, how long has it been? 5 months? Oh my god, that's so crazy. That's so crazy because when I was going through it, I was like, oh, I'm never gonna be the same. That's so crazy. I thought about the guy after, because he broke up with me and I've never been broken up with before. So that was new. That added to the levels of exhilaration. Um, but after I thought about him every day for probably 3 months, every day, even if I wasn't thinking about anything that deep or anything about our relationship, anything about what happened in the end, anything. I would just think about him as a person, or his name would pop up in my mind every day for probably 3 months. And I was like, is this ever gonna end? Because I don't, no offense, but I'm tired of thinking about bro. I'm tired of thinking about bro. But I was just going through a little heartbreak or whatever, and that's okay. I was just curious to when that would stop and when it would stop hurting. It stopped hurting like really hurting maybe 1 or 2 months after. And then after the pain came the clarity. The clarity of him, who he is as a person. Clarity a couple months after a breakup is unreal. There's literally, you can't pay somebody to give you that type of clarity. You can't. Well, I don't think so, at least. I realized a lot about me and how I am in relationships and the way I act, and him, who he was as a person, who I was, all of the above. All of the above. And after the clarity, well, during the clarity comes growth. I think if you choose to take it like that. And boy, was I choosing to take it like that. I can't believe how unaware I was. And it's embarrassing. It is, because I'm like, holy shit, like, no way I was acting like this, doing that. And it was stemming from trauma that I have not addressed. And at the end of the day, yes, other people have been sources for different traumas I have, but I'm at the age and I have the capacity to face it. I'm grown enough to be doing that on my own now. Or, with help, of course. But I'm grown enough and mature enough to realize that it's my turn to work through these things and release things and not have it dictate my entire life. I need to be in control of my actions and how I show up as a person, not past trauma. And also, I had to realize that I have to be compassionate with myself, because being mad at myself isn't going to get me anywhere. It's not going to get me anywhere. I feel frustrated that I feel so blind to how I was in my past. And that's okay. It's okay to feel frustrated with yourself. And a lot of embarrassment about so many things. Gosh. And that's okay. It's okay to be embarrassed too. I also think that embarrassment, you can choose to be embarrassed and you can choose not to be embarrassed. And I'm choosing to be embarrassed. And that's okay. That's okay. I also have come to a lot of realizations about good and bad emotions, right and wrong emotions. Like, yes, you can choose to be embarrassed and you can choose not to be embarrassed. But if you choose to be embarrassed, that's okay. That's just okay as choosing not to be embarrassed. Use your own discernment, of course, and context, and each situation is different. But that goes, I don't have to say that every time. You can be sad about something or you cannot be sad about something. And if you feel like being sad about something, be sad about it. I feel like I want to be embarrassed about my past for a little bit. Okay, so I will be. I'm trying not to police my emotions so hard. Especially in moments where I'm learning and evolving. And it's okay to feel bad sometimes. That's okay. It's human. And you can't feel good without feeling bad. What is good and bad really? But you can't have one without the other. You can't. I wasn't even realizing that I was doing this. I was just doing it like a zombie. How did I not realize that? That's crazy. But I was never reflecting on my actions and why I did things, why I thought things. And I've been heartbroken before, but they've also never triggered such feelings like this one. And even while I was in the thick of it, I was like, wow, this is exhilarating. That's the only word I can really use to describe how it feels. You can like feel the change happening. And I was like, am I crazy or do I kind of like it? I kind of liked it though. I think because I knew that I needed this change to happen. It needed to happen. It was time. This is gonna look really bad, but it's okay. I also had to admit and acknowledge a lot of things to myself. I had to acknowledge that, yes, certain things did happen in my past. They did happen to me, and they do still affect me. Yes, I needed to acknowledge that. And I needed to acknowledge that I am not where I am not like the person I know I can be. I know I can be better and do better, and I was choosing not to. It's hard to say. I was choosing not to be the best version of myself, but part of me was so blissfully unaware. So blissfully unaware. And ignorance is bliss. It is. But I'd rather know myself than not. And I had to admit to myself that I needed some serious reevaluation of what's important to me, and that I need to make some changes within myself before I can even show up authentically in friendships or relationships. And really what I eventually came to realize is that all starts within. I need to be my own best friend. I need to love myself unconditionally. Love every dark and sick and twisted and beautiful and weird and gross and fucked up and funny and happy. Every single aspect and emotion inside of myself, I have to love it first before I can expect anyone else to love it. It's very cliche. I feel like I was learning all the cliches, like self-love. You have to love yourself before anyone else can love you. What else? all those cliches I was learning. And you can hear something and you can believe something as much as you want, but it's different when you yourself have come to that conclusion. Like, it was never my goal to come to the realization that the energy you attract is the energy you put out. It just naturally happened. Journaling. You have to journal. Because I'd be journaling, and I'd eventually come to the conclusions that yes, the energy I put out is what I will get back. Wait, what was I saying? The energy you attracted. Yeah. I've recently been feeling like a child that's learning life for the first time. And it all got triggered because of this heartbreak. Who would have thought? And you know what worries me is sometimes I'm like, if bro never broke up with me, would I have come to these conclusions? Would I have gone through all this introspective thinking and trying to change? I'm sure it would have happened some type of way. Hopefully. Gee. I can't imagine going back to how I was before. I don't want to. And you know what else is so crazy to think? How much more about myself that I don't know. How much more about life that I don't know. And that I might not ever know. But specifically about myself. How much more about myself do I not know? Like, isn't that so crazy? I think that's so crazy. I feel like I learn new things about myself every day. Every day. And that's so crazy because I think I went months without coming to these realizations. Years. How much more can I learn about myself? Well, I think you can learn about yourself more and more every single day for the rest of your life. But also, are there some things that it's okay to like not know about myself? Is it okay to... Yeah, I think it's okay to just let some things be. Let them be in the shadows. Unless, I don't know. Is that okay? I don't know. Surely one can't 100% know themselves. Right? Or can you? And if you can, is that what you want? Is that what someone should want? Thought he was eating something. I feel like some people would 100% be like, yes, I want to know every single thing about the way I act, the way I am. But I don't know if I do. I don't think it's like natural. I don't know if I'll feel this way forever, but as of now, I think it's okay to not know some things. And you know, maybe there's some things that you keep hidden from yourself for a good reason. With that being said, there is a certain amount of self-knowing that I think every human has to reach. Because how can you know someone else when you don't know yourself? And what does know yourself really even mean? I think it's subjective. And another like cliche thing that I learned is that you can't love anyone else unless you love yourself first. You have to love yourself first. I don't know, maybe, but if you're like a mother, surely there are some mothers that might say that they don't love themselves, but they love their children to death. Like, at least for me and in this moment and for romantic relationships, I can't love someone else until I've learned to love myself. And I am learning to love myself. And I think it's so important to not only love the good, high vibrational, lovely, perfect, pure aspects of yourself. You have to love all the things that you don't want to face, that you hate about yourself. All the gross shit, your shadows. And not change them, not get rid of them, but love them. And everyone has them. Everyone. Every single person on this earth does fucked up shit, does gross shit, does unspeakable things. You can't be human and not. I think we're all just really good at hiding it from each other. Well, some more than others. It's like you can either choose to run from those things. You can choose to numb yourself from those things, substances, whatever. Or you can choose to not acknowledge them. That's what I was doing. I was not acknowledging it. You can pretend like you don't. You can pretend that you're a saint or an angel. But that's just not reality. What else? You can choose to love those things. You can choose to not love them. You can acknowledge them. I don't think you have to love them. Like if you did a really fucked up thing, I don't think you have to love that thing that you did, You can forgive yourself. You can forgive others. There's a lot you can do. But I think acknowledging it, realizing that you have these shadows and that every other person on this earth does, is the first step. The first step to what? I don't know. The first step to what? Loving yourself? Self-acceptance? Not being a zombie? Truly, I like, when I think back, actually, I don't know if I don't give myself enough credit, but I'm like, well, how was I functioning without all this inner knowing? I don't know. And am I doing any better than I was before? I think so. Hopefully. And like, do other people go through this? Do other people think these things? Have other people acknowledged that everyone else does gross, fucked up, nasty things? And why don't we ever talk about it? Well, unless it's like illegal and you get locked up or something. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. And I mean, me too. I am like, I I'm so quick to judge when someone's like, I did this messed up thing. I'm like, I would never do that. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. And I've done things equally as bad and or worse. But we're so quick to judge. We're so quick to judge. I remember this guy told me something he did in high school, and I was like, damn, I would never do that. Like, yes, I would. Not that exact thing he did, but something equally as messed up. Something equally as wrong, I guess. I've done things way worse. I'm sure he's done things way worse. That's just human. Okay, so I finished the top. You can definitely see how botched the seam is, but I think this is my new favorite top. I don't know if you can really see. It's the exact length that I wanted, like right there. I kind of am obsessed, and this is my new favorite top, and I'm obsessed. I knew I'd like it. So, thank you for watching. Go watch my other videos, and stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know. Thank you. Bye-bye.